It's currently 4/18/23, roughly 02:03, and I was just like I said, I'm not even sure how to go with this one. It's like humans are becoming too complacent with the things that go on around them, and it's like they don't say anything, but then as soon as it happens to them or affects their existence or somebody they know, they start getting all involved and start crying and want to complain. It's like that's what my videos said before. You don't wait till something hits you, or that's even in the scriptures or any spiritual book, to complain about it. When you see something starting to happen, you address it. See, that's how I was bred. I mean, raised by an airborne ranger, no mommy in the house. Like, I was always told, if you got a problem with somebody, you address it right there before it blows up. Like, see, females or emotional people, they hold things in until it gets to a boiling point, and then they'll blow up. It could be something so minor, and they'll sit here and blow up in your face, and you'd be like, yo, what the fuck? But then, like, in the ranting or whatever, the true reason comes out, and back to you'd be like, yo, that was like 3 years ago, or a year ago, or a month ago. Why you didn't address me then? Why you wait till this point in time to say something about it? And the reason why you're mad is not even about this stupid ass me spilling some coffee on the fucking floor, but because I did A, B, C, D, E, F, G like a fucking year ago. Why didn't you see, this is what I'm talking about, this pampered ass generation, spoiled ass minds. Like, that's not how real thorough individuals are bred. Like I said, if I got an issue with you, I don't care if it's like a bat mitzvah or like a beautiful cookout on a sunny day. Like, I'm going to address the situation, and if it happens to destroy the environment, then fuck it. At least I address it, because you know you have fun. You like, people like, I don't want to destroy the vibe. It's like, fuck that shit. Then you might forget about it, but then like when you go home, you be stewing about it. Then like you might, then you like, oh yeah, fuck, I'm gonna let it ride. But then you don't really let it ride. But like, it's myriad different situations. That's why I say, when the issue comes up, I don't care how beautiful the day is. I'm actually saying, like, how you gonna be in that? I'm like, yo, this needs to be like, see, adults supposed to be able to do that. You're supposed to be able to address a problem, squash it, and keep on enjoying the day. Why? I'm like, yo, I want to address it right now. I still want to go out. I still want to do this. I still want to do as we planned. But before we go out, this is going, like, see right there, this is going to kill my vibe, which in reality is going to kill the vibe of the whole day. So let's take these 5 minutes, let's address this shit, squash it, smoke some weed, well, back in the day, smoke some weed, and go on with the day. Especially a woman or an emotional being. If she, see, you can see, people say that shit, but it's bullshit. If a woman, or especially, or a emotional creature, if y'all go out, if y'all go out and try to have fun, she's going to kill the vibe, because this is I had this happen to me at the New Year's party, like probably a month or two like before this. Like, me and Shorty was like, we had beef, or I thought it was squash. She destroyed the fucking New Year's Eve party, and I ended up taking her home. And we got in the car, Shorty just started spazzing. I'm like, yo, man, I asked you like a month ago, see, like, are we good? And you was like, yeah, but you sitting here was holding on. It didn't see, like I said. Then Shorty started spazzing. I'm like, yo, chill the fuck out, all this yelling shit. I brought you around my folks when you ain't had shit to do. And I don't even, like, exactly, like, when I do shit like that, I keep stuff to my, like, I keep my circle. Like, I don't really even like bringing my spouses or girls that I'm messing with into that circle. So like, I'm bringing you into the vibe, and you come with this negative chi destroyed the whole. Now I'm sitting here telling my dudes like, yo, I'm all fucking drunk and shit, not even trying to be driving, and I'm taking you home because you had a problem months ago, and then you decide to wait till a chill ass event in which nobody there is your associates. They're all my associates. I brought you in and look what you created. So I say all that to say this. I'm now in trucking. Well, been in trucking since 07. There's about 5 minutes of that. I've been trucking right now. And I said this like years ago when they started the logging system. Like, this is the most dumbest shit. Like I said, and on top of that, the people who are making the laws are like never drove trucks before. They have no idea. They don't even know the regulations for real. That those who make it don't, like the lawmakers, they don't even know it. It's like the movie Men of Honor. Some little prissy ass little boy grew up in pampering this. This dude wrote the whole manual for the divers, but never was a fucking diver. He made all these restrictions, all this heavy ass. It's like, they go back to the Bible. They put all these restrictions on you, but yet won't lift one finger, but still do it for the requirements. And it's like, dude never dove before and wrote this whole diver's manual for the new cadets and even for the old veterans who were doing it. And he never hopped in the fucking water in the diver's suit. That's like this trucking shit. Most of these dudes or congressmen, whatever, who are signing these bills never drove. Anybody, well, my family, don't matter. You never drove. So you don't know the hustle. You don't know the grind. You don't know what motherfuckers go through. Like I said, they got all these restrictions on laws, but they ain't got nothing for it when you sit at a customer for a quadrillion hours and don't get paid for it. They don't got nothing for it when these brokers is fucking you in the ass, double booking loads, taking money from the loads. What's the laws for this? They ain't got nothing. How when the fuel goes up, the broker still keeps the prices the same, but yet when the broker finds something or a shipper finds something to cut the price, they can do it. So if you're gonna say they talking about, when you get a partial or you can get another load, you're not guaranteed to get another partial. If I can't find another partial, I gotta now take this trash ass load across the states. On top of that, it's none of your fucking business. You're paying me to transport your shit. That's it. Don't worry about what I can do on the way. If I could do that, that's good for me. Don't try to cut them up. But see, look at the shiestiness. But yet they don't take into the account when fuel, especially in Pennsylvania, was like $6 a gallon, almost $6.50 some places. We're going towards that way. They're not raising up the shipping fee. They're not paying you no more money. But yet these are the ones who want to sit here and make the laws, but yet they don't have laws against all this corrupt shit on the other side. And that's why I was saying with the ELDs, like, if my name is solely on this, it says at the end of the day, you certified. That means you the driver. As I was told in driving school back in 06, when we had paper logs, if something happens, solely you are responsible. Now look at the situation. If you get a DOT out of service violation, like my current situation, prime example, I was driving all day, my phone, this basically is my ELD, was tracking my movements. Off duty, on duty, pre-trip, driving to the customer, off duty, on duty, then off duty, getting loaded and such and whatever out of the truck. It was marking all this. The driving time, it was marking all this. Now when I shut down, I go and look at the logs. It says I was at the last place where I got basically my shipper ever since, but I've been driving since like 4 o'clock. It's currently 0200, but I shut down at about 0113. So if I were to get DOT at this very point in time, or at that point in time in movement, like I even went to the DOT report because that, and like previewed it, That's what the DOT officer gets. And it's tracking my mileage, but it's not tracking my status. The only thing it says, like, I will pull over, I'll turn off the truck, it says ignition turn off, ignition or engine start. It wasn't tracking like my movements. So if I were to get pulled over right now, I would get put out of service and a crazy ass fucking fine. So what happens to the company and the ELD system? They'll just get a slap on the wrist. You get like one or two of those, you could potentially lose your license for a while, like your CDL for like maybe a year. If you got back-to-back Jones like that, and like I said, but keep the situation. Keep this in mind. It's not even my fault. It is in no way, shape, or form my fault. All my devices are connected. I have the green lights. So it's not like I missed a malfunction. All my lights are green. All my communication is correct. So I did absolutely nothing wrong, but I would get punished for this. This is why I said you should not have anybody else touching your logs, because if shit hit the fan, it's going to be you, the ELD company, and the trucking company, etc., etc. is only going to get a fine. They're going to keep making money. You're going to be the one out of work. Looking, and like I said, like even with these new cameras, I have a dash cam. Basically, these cameras that's facing the cab is violating your privacy. I'm like, if I were to get pulled over, I have two cameras. I have the camera for the insurance company or the ELD, whatever. Then I have my own private camera. So you get pulled over. How can you access this camera that's from the insurance company? You're not able to. My dash camera, I can pull that up right at the scene, show the trooper or officer my dash camera, therefore eliminating any possibility, as long as I'm not at fault, that I'm at fault. This situation, if there's he say, she say, yeah, witnesses are lying, 2 people in the car, 3 people in the car that's going to lie for each other. Now if it's something crazy, you will potentially lose your license, have to wait to go to trial, hopefully have the ELD send, or whoever send over the videos, and then but the whole time you're waiting around to find out what's going to happen with the case. You may not be probably making no money. Hopefully you got money saved, but you probably won't be making any money. But you can simply buy a fucking dash camera for $150 off of Amazon, 120 gig SD card, show it at the site, and then basically be free from any charge, not even get a ticket, as long as you're not at fault. So that's another situation where Congress and whatnot making the laws that never drove trucks before is destroying industry, like I said. And then a lot of the problems is coming from like basically immigrants. I hate to say it, immigrants getting in the trucking and having accidents. That like they just gotta get out of trucking, man. Like they're destroying truck. This is the reason. These are the dudes who are having all these crazy ass killing accidents, getting all these crazy ass DOT out of service violations, and destroying the industry. Most dudes from the States can fucking drive, or go to like a real school that teaches you how to drive, not these little ranky-danky shits where it's like a rush program, then they go out there and kill somebody or have an accident or get crazy violations, which therefore is the reason why they start putting all these restrictions on the other drivers. Because what one driver does, then the whole industry starts to have these regulations on them because of what a bunch of other motherfuckers do that can't drive. So that's what I was saying, like this. Oh yeah, that's what I was saying. By motherfuckers being quiet, they're allowing this to happen. But as soon as them happen, like you see all these truckers want to start protesting. It's like you knew all this. They give you heads up when shit start happening. That's why I say I don't even say shit no more. Like when shit happen, I'm like, see, especially when it comes to ELD, I'm like, this is why nobody else should be able to touch your logs. Like even my situation right now, they got it down. Most of these ELDs, you can no longer edit your drive time. I ain't say like edit it, but like the situation where it's not tracking me. I could, back in like a couple years ago, you can go and insert, not edit your drive time, but insert drive time that basically is not showing. Of course, the mileage may be a little off as far as the DOT report, but as far as your actions, and like I said, they all hype. I'm like, as long as the distance and the time to travel that distance makes sense, what's the argument? They're supposed to be mad. Like, you're not? As long as the drive time, like I said, 120 miles is roughly 2 hours. So as long as I'm saying I drove 120 miles, like from Philly to Baltimore, or Philly a little bit south, or New York, and it's within that time frame, it's reasonable. Now, if I say I drove from Philly to fucking Texas in 2 hours, then DOT can be like, yo, it's not even possible. See, like, they're trying to control the whole industry, and like dudes is sitting here on their hands and they want to cry when shit's already affecting them and their family and their money. But you're supposed to address the situation right when it first happens, so it doesn't become a big fucking problem. Then you start crying about it like a girl when it comes full circle, when you should have been like a man and addressed it when it first was announced. And then therefore you wouldn't be, oh my god, I gotta worry about my family and I can't pay my mortgage and my shit getting fucked up and shit, because you knew this was happening and you ain't do shit. You were like a girl or a feminine ass motherfucker, waited till it got to 2 or 3 years, going back to my beginning of this video, waited 2 or 3 years till it built up, and now you want to cry about it. That's why I say if shit happened with the DOT or my logs, and I know I'm not controlling it, I just say that all the time. This is why nobody else should be able to touch your logs. If you're the only one responsible for it and going to get penalized for it, yeah, they get fines. They're major corporations, or even mom and pop got money. They got money. They can afford this. They can just fire you, fire another driver, put all this camera shit in there, control your logs, and then cover themselves so they don't have to pay for shit. But a situation like this where it's not even your fault, you'll still be penalized for it. Return to Dark Side of Candor.